On today's video, I'm actually going to showcase you how you can still use the Super Archers in Legends League and mainly in High Legends. So without any further ado, let's just jump into this video and hopefully you'll like this. Alright guys, so I'm gonna pause this right here. So this is a certain base that sometimes it could get actually quite intense when you're doing the Super Archer. Now why does that happen is simply because the way the double tiles are on this base, like here. These are the places that there is giant bombs, and these are the places that are spring traps literally just around it. It could be like that if the player is really like annoyed with the Super Archer blimps. Now this blimp that I'm doing on this base is really different. This base is so it's really often you see it on Legends, and the way I like to hit it is basically you can see the sweeper is pointing at the cannon, right? So the cannon that is on this side. I like to drop all my loons just to distract the sweeper and then the blimp just at the same time, because the sweeper will target the loons and then the blimp will go forward. Now one thing you need to make sure when the Titan comes out on the new update, you can't really invis-late. You need to invis super early when you land. Now here I landed in an area where there is no bombs because I don't know if this player might have maxed giant bombs and small bombs. So this side I didn't land somewhere that the goblins, for example, if I would have landed here, this is where the goblins would have gone for the town hall maybe. You never know how they're pathing sometimes. So I land next to the CC. So now the goblins will only have to go for the CC, and there was no double tile gaps for them to find bombs and my archers to die. Now I usually blimp in a way and clone in a way that, for example, I didn't clone, let's say, into the town hall or into the clan castle because I could get some archers really far from the area I want. I clone somehow on the outside, so around these areas, so I can get my archers still close to the town hall, but also somewhere that they can target other stuff as well, so they can give me a nice funnel. I don't clone risky, guys. I usually don't unless I know the exact base and I know there is no bomb. On this one, I knew there is a bomb on the inside of the core, and here, look at this. This is why I love this angle, because of the rage tower. I'll always take it out when my archer is shooting the enemy queen. And well, you can see the base is already 29% 1-star gone. So what I'm doing now is just funneling my heroes. I'm going to put it on double tap because this is a Super Archer guide for the new update. So you can see already what I did there. But one thing you need to realize is that the clan castle empties super early. And what does that mean? That means you cannot wait anymore to drop the invis. I was one of those guys that I waited always for the last second to drop the invis. And yes, I'm tanking the monolith and the barbarian king, so my heroes doesn't have to go through a lot of damage. But as I was saying, the thing is that you just have to drop your invis early. A lot of people think the archers don't work anymore just simply because, well, if you drop your invis early, you might not have as many invisibility. But that's the problem with the double clone. That's exactly comes down to single and double clone. And I'm going to explain that on the next attack. Okay guys, so for the next attack, now this base, I hit it also different. The way I hit this is I love to go for the town hall on this one, and that's mainly because the way the sweepers are just pointing to the top side. And yeah, this base is also really common. I'm just gonna bring you common bases on this video so you know exactly what to do. Now one thing I want to mention before we dive into why 7 invisibility with 1 clone is better, it's really, I want to mention, still the archers do work really nice in empty areas if you land them exactly on the giant bomb. Now if you land exactly on the giant bomb, your archers will get no damage. I know the CC comes out fast, but they won't receive a damage. I tested it out a few times and I've hit enough bases since the update, so I know that. Now here, look at this. I have to invis early, but that tornado is in a perfect place to pull my archers into the town hall. Now look at this. I clone, and the single clone is sometimes really good on these attacks because it won't make a mess. It's not my archers are everywhere just triggering bombs. That's exactly what the double clone does, and it's a lot harder to control a double clone, I would say. Now I'm just keeping this town hall invisible because I don't need it, and with my last invisibility now I can get it. With that double clone, you may have not been able to do that. If there is a few bombs, if there's a few spring traps, you can't make the town hall invisible and risk everything. Now what I'm doing on this base is I'm cutting this side so there is nothing left, and my both heroes will go down here. But then because of this builder, my ice golem can go in and then freeze the monolith for my royal champion for the top side. So that's a little, you know, sweet tip for the super boss attack. But mainly it was all about the archers and 7 invisibility. It has a lot more control over, and you have a lot more control over your clone spells, especially because you will know when you cloning to, let's say you drop here, when you clone to the right, you're gonna get exactly archers on this side. So with the double clone, you just double clone on top of your archers, just slightly to a side, so you at least know you're gonna get a few archers there. But there might be spring traps, and that's when you have less spells, and you might lose a few archers just because, let's say, giant bomb and the mortar. So now it's a lot harder to do the archer clone, and it's not really for everyone. But with these tips, hopefully you can go and practice your super archer clone and get your attacks done, because it still works really nicely. And well, after the update, I believe so, I did a 290 trophy one day, that was the first day, and then a 280 something. So for me, it has changed, of course. My few attacks, it was a bit weird when the scatter shot would have killed my archers, because I knew the CC would come out super fast, but not that fast, because it's crazy how fast it comes out now. Alright guys, so let me pause this right here. A lot of you guys love to see super archers on double poison ring bases because you don't know where to land, especially with this update, because take a look at how much empty space this area is. This is all double tile. There is so many bombs there. Probably, we don't know. Okay, there could be none, like no bombs there. But one thing I'm gonna tell you is land on it. Land exactly on one of them. Okay, because if you land somewhere around the middle, you might not activate one of the giant bombs, and then once you clone and then you get a single mortar shot, you're gonna just lose your archers, and it's hard to lose the archers. Now on this space, look at the bomb tower placement. It's a bit further away, so you can use that in your advantage and land kind of close to it but not on top of it, because you don't know if the Titan CC will be really close to you. And yes, that's the Titan, but look at my landing. I land somewhere that I'm going to activate. Actually, this is so hard to see. Let's yeah, now you can see my clan castle. So I land in a way that if there's a giant bomb here, it would activate. Now the Titan will walk away. It may have damaged my archers. If you can see the HP, it has damaged it, but because I'm not also on the bomb tower, if the bomb tower dies, I won't get damaged. Now where do you clone? That's the question. You can't just clone on top of your archers. That's what you do with double clone, and that's why I love the single clone, because now I can clone into the clan castle. This is one tile. This is our one tile. There is no giant bombs there. So one tile you can clone to the clan castle, and this way you're gonna exactly see what I get with my super archer value. Now the second invis was kind of weird, so I tried to just do the other invis nicely with my clone, and this clone gives me a nice access to the eagle. Yes, shooting town hall will give me the eagle and also the other 2 expos on the other side. This is why I love the single clone. As I mentioned, it gives you more control over where you want your archers, and even with the Titan CC, even with the double poison, bomb towers, new update, giant bombs, everything else, look at the value I got in the core. This is all comes down to practice, guys. Like, you can't just go in after the update and try to just demolish a base 32% like this. It's hard, okay, I understand. It's not like before that you can just go in, drop the archers, your goblins will just trigger any bombs before the archers come out. It's tougher, it's way tougher, and it needs a bit more creativity. But I personally suggest you to use the single clone, simply because the reasons that I mentioned, and also there's another reason where you don't always need 7 invisibility. You can always get through with 6. Hooked actually seen me doing the attacks when I was live. Some of you may have also seen it. I think half the bases that I hit, those box bases, I didn't even use one of the invis, and it's so nice to have one invis left in your armies. And let me just put this on double time so we can, you know, talk through this. But yeah, I'm just funneling my heroes to go around the base, because after your super archers, there's just everything comes down to funnel. Now the way this strategy works is different with the Lalo, or kind of different with the Titans, because you can use the barbarians for the funnel and also tanking, cleanup, everything else. Now, because of the single inferno, I lost my king super early, but this is a crushed base, and it all comes down to that beautiful super archer value. So make sure you give this all like attacks a practice on different style of bases. I'm going to actually bring you another style of base on the next attack, which is going to be an anti 3-star base, and I have a really nice tip for the miner there. Okay, so this base right here, as I mentioned before, what you want to do is land exactly on the empty spots. Now take a look at the sweepers. So the sweepers will tell you where to drop your blimp, but this blimp will only have to go from the top side to the town hall. Now that is a risk that, for example, it could be a tornado right in the middle right here. So what I suggest you to do is basically drop the warden with a lot of those barbarians. I know if you have another maybe super archer strategy, it's gonna be a bit weird, but you can go with a lot of barbarians into the eagle first, so your warden steps up really nicely. But where do you want to land? You want to land exactly here, because this is where your goblins and your wall breakers will go around and just get all those bombs on both sides before your archers come out. Exactly. If you land on that middle side, if there is 2 bombs, you need to activate both bombs, because there is so much empty space. So don't land earlier, don't land too close to the town hall. Always land in the empty spot that you want to really just trigger that bomb there. But a lot of the bases, there could have not been a bomb. Now, why did I take this risk of this blimp? It's because in High Legends, people don't really like trap the super archer anymore, especially not after this update. Now here, you saw how fast I dropped the invis. Usually I don't do that before the update, but now clone on the exact same area, because I wasn't sure if I should clone to the right, I didn't find any bombs here, or if I should clone to the left, because I wasn't sure if I found bombs here, because yeah, the goblin just went straight, so I was a bit unsure, so I cloned at the same area. Now, the other thing I want to mention about this army is the miner. The miner, a lot of people ask, why do you use it? Why is it on your army? It's really nice for cleanup, and also it's really nice if there's a building on the other side of the wall. You can't really drop a minion. Let's say it's because it's an air defense, okay, easy. Or let's say it's something that it's not really working with minions, or it's in the middle of the base where there could be traps for your minion. Now, pulling the CC, but let's put this on double time. Now, what I want to do on this base, because there's 2 sides left, the right side has the rage tower activated. That means I can use it and just use it in my advantage, and by the time my heroes get there, the rage will be off. Why would I start from the other side where the rage is not even activated? And look at this builder. This is where that one miner will come down and save you, because he can activate that rage tower before. And look at these minions. Yes, now I got the angle to the miner, and that's when the rage tower goes off. That value with one miner is insane. It's insane. Now the hog rider can do the same, and it's less, you know, less housing spots, but the hog rider can get sprung out, and it can be shown to like the bases. The miner is always on the ground. Now you can see how crushed this base is. I didn't get the best value with my archers. I got a town hall, maybe 1 expo, and then you can see already that invis, I don't even need it. If I wasn't like really in need of that 1 invis, I had it already. So that's why that 1 clone will give you so much more value than the 2 clones, especially after the update. Now this was my own strategy before the update as well. I really tried to put the apprentice warden and try to work this stuff out. I did a few attacks with it. I didn't see as much of a difference. It's just there for maybe more of your Sui attacks. Now a lot of the times I just Sui my heroes into the town hall and they both die, so there is no need to add extra HP to them because they can already reach the town hall, so that would be my tips on the mini warden. I would say that was it for the video. I hope I see you in the next one. If you're liking the super bot strategy, make sure you also check out these videos that are on your screen right now. Hope you're having an absolutely amazing day so far. See you on the next one. Peace.